Okay, hi there. I'm Will, and this will be a video about the Monster Hunter 3 armor skills and combinations and how I plan them myself. And there are these like ready-made calculators on the internet, Divine Whim, which you can use, or this Monster Hunter 3 Armory. But this is what I prefer to do myself. Like, these are quite a plain looking, although they give you all the stats like readily, how much resistance you have for what, and you can choose the decorations and whatever like very fast here. But still, this is how I like to do it myself. uh, like, yeah, here's the general picture. Yeah, so these are like my Blade Master blade sets, armor sets that I've made. And of course you start by just copying the base stats, like basic sets, that what kind of stats your uh, sets have for which skills, and then just start combining them. And this topic came up like because people have been talking about this, that what kind of armor sets they use, but like some have just said that okay, it's too much work, that they just prefer to um, use the ready sets like Agnactor, or yeah, Agnactor plus whatever full set you want to use. But if you really want to get like most out of the skills, like stack up many skills which you want, then this is the way to do it, like combining these different pieces and finding out the optimal combination for those skills. So, and this also makes the game much more fun to play, like or at least for me, because you can like have fun finding out these sets, that okay, these are the skills that I want, like wind resistance, but I still want to have sharp +1. So what do I have to do? Do I get like, do I have a charm which has wind resistance, or do I need to use like a certain armor piece that gives a lot of wind resistance? And how do I like get, for example, wind resistance high and still have sharp +1? And here's also like speed sharpening, that's handy for the sword and shield as well. So yeah, you can make all kinds of like crazy awesome stuff with this kind of approach. And most often you will have like a basic, some sort of basic like armor structure. Like if you're lancing, you're usually using, well, hopefully you're using the Agnactor Plus, because it gives you like guard +2 and razor sharp, and guard +2 is very good, makes lancing a lot easier. So if you're Lancer, then the chances are that you want to have guard +2, so then you will definitely be using these pieces. But then it depends on what kind of situation, that what other skills you need or want. And like, well, Barath, one skill is the mud proof. Well, there can be a charm for that, that you can easily get the skill like with one charm, or just like charm and then some like 1 or 2 slots. And Of course, for the Lancer, another very convenient skill is the guard boost. Yeah, like here for the Geekinox, guard boost is very handy, and same thing, if you have a charm you can easily get it like with the charm and then just a few slots, and then you can block his poison gas attack or the Uragan's sleep gas. Makes it very handy. And so that's like the basic type of combination route, I guess. Like you have your basic armor, what you want to use, and then you just consider that what kind of extra skills you want. But then there's the other way that that you have like certain skills you want to have, and then you start like wondering that how could I get these, and then you just have to find out like the pieces of armor that have those kind of skill points, and just start like figuring out, like experimenting with them, that what's the like maximum amount of points I can get out of these pieces. And like here is the transporting set. This is for the quest where you are carrying the dragon eggs, or dragon wyvern eggs. And well, the basic idea of the quest is to like make money, because you get these like silver, gold, steel eggs from the quest, which you can then sell for some good money. And so for this, the skills for this kind of quest you would want to have would be obviously great luck, because this like maximizes your chances of getting as many rewards as you can, so making as much money as you can per quest. And then the two other desirable skills here would be like the marathon runner, because, well, obviously you're running all the time, so with this your stamina decreases much slower. And also the pro transporter skill, which makes it which makes your running with the egg when you're carrying it faster. So because you're running the whole quest running with the eggs, and you're trying to get as much quest rewards as you possibly can, then it makes sense that you try to maximize these, or get these three skills at least. And here's how I did it. Like, well, obviously there are other routes, but you also want to like consider what kind of pieces you have available, and what kind of pieces you have materials readily available for, or that, or what parts can be made easily. So this is like, well, the Barrett and the Dober both increase your stamina. So here's how I got the stamina to 10. And well, I have had a charm that gave me 10 transport, so that was easy. And then, okay, Jackie Mask, that is great. And then I just needed like the rest 5 to the Fate, and that's easy with any armor piece which has like a 3-part slot. So I used the geeky one braces here. So ta-da, done. And yeah, here's another example. Like, well, this is more basic. This is my carving set when I'm looking for like monster fluids or monster broths, then you want to have the carving master, which gives you a chance to carve again, so it makes it much easier. Well, it doesn't always give, but it has, like, I don't know what the percentage is, maybe 70 or something like that, chance of carving again. So it makes it much faster to get the stuff you're carving for. And of course you want to have the speed gather also, which makes it much faster. So yeah, I used the ranger set here and then the leather greaves plus. And yeah, so if you want to try this kind of mixing method, then of course first you need to like put all the basics down here according to what sets you think you need, and then just start combining and seeing what comes out. And of course depending on your weapon as well. Yeah, like we saw earlier, for like the Rathian and Rathalos, wind resistance is one. Wind resistance high is one kind of skill you might want to consider, and for Baroth it's the mud proof, although it's not like, depends on your weapon too. If you have something to guard with or you're bow gunning, then it's like you can easily avoid those mud shots. And for Kikinox it's, yeah, guard boost if you're lancing, or well, you have another weapon that has guard, so you can just block the poison gas and then you can start dishing out damage immediately. And Diablos, well, well, high grade earplugs would be obviously a good thing. Because those roars can be, yeah, pretty interesting. And well, okay, then well, Gobble and Lagia Cruz, well, Olympic swim is something that is very handy because it makes you like move much faster underwater. And for Uragan, yeah, guard boost. If you're guarding, you can block the sleeping gas. Agnector, you can block the fire beam, although that's not very. You can use those skill points for something else as well, because like just run away and try to avoid the fire beam, or just get so close that you can actually deal out damage while he's blasting that fire beam. So yeah, guard boost isn't that super handy there. And yeah, then we get to the Chen Moron set, and yeah, basically this is about dealing as much damage as you possibly can. And well, here's my best solo time set with the lance. It was the full Vangis set. Of course you get like sharp +1, which increases your attack quite a bit. Attack +2, that's good too. And yeah, the adrenaline 2 is the basic attack boosting method for Gen that you want to use. So well, I have a charm that gives me potential 10, so it was easy to make here. But then there are like other methods, like, well, the black leather pants give you 13 of potential, so that's quite handy. Soul Hunter jacket gives you 1045 if you want to do that. That's very handy. So this way, if you have those two, just the Helios set, otherwise you can get sharp 1, 45, adrenaline +2. And This is the best that I've been able to make thus far. Is using the Hell Hunter jacket, black leather pants, wangis, coil and vambraces, and Barth helm, so you can get like sharp +1, attack +1, adrenaline +2, and 45. And this I've yet to test with a proper run. I already did one, but I attacked Jen's arm in the last phase, and yeah, I figured out it just doesn't do much damage, as if you're attacking the neck. So I've still yet to do a good run on that. And yeah, here are the other like possibilities if you want to just lance like in the previous video with guard +2 and guard up, then just use the Agnactor set, of course, and black leather pants gives you 30 into potential, so that's very handy. And of course, Alatrion, yay! And this is the kind of set I have for sleep bombing, if I'm using the sleep knife, Morpheus. Quite fun to use. So I actually figured out that if I like combine the Agnactor and the Nahabra stuff, I can get guard +1. Well, that's handy. You have a shield, so you can guard. Razor sharp, that's very handy because you're attacking all the time, so it gives you like twice as much sharpness. Bombardier, that's what you want for sleep bombing, definitely, because you're using the bombs to damage, so you want to have this skill. Status attack up, of course, very handy because you're sleeping, so you're inflicting status, so that's your main objective, sleep and bomb. And speed sharpening, that's very handy too because it like you sharpen much faster, so there's less risk in sharpening and like more time to just keep on the pressure, because Alatrian, well, any monster is like recovering status like all the time, so if you don't keep the pressure up, you're actually losing all the status that you've been trying to inflict. And this is why this is the other set I had here, was like the, well, this probably yeah isn't accurate, was to use the Uragan pieces, but the reason that I chose this, the Agnactor, is that it has the guard +1, and then well, these both have fire resistance, but Agnactor has, no, I think it's the other way around. Well, anyway, well, actually, both the Uragan and the Agnactor like raise the fire resistance. Like the Nahabra is weak to fire, so these raise the fire resistance. And here you have 3 pieces, so you actually get positive +5 resistance. And with the Ura, I think you're at 0 or maybe something minus. Yeah. And of course, then there are these other kinds of sets that for long I've used the Yaggi mask, and of course then I also made all these combinations for if I'm using the Yaggi mask and then I'm using like the lance, or I'm using whatever weapon, then like how can I get the skills that I want even though I'm using the Yaggi mask at the same time. So like, well, like here, sleep knife, you got the mask, then you want to have the status attack up, and then you want to have bombardier. Well, this actually says great luck, but it's supposed to be good luck. Just 10. And here's the same kind of set, though you just have the like you have the defense +1, and yeah, this is the reason the Ura set gives dragon. It has like dragon weakness, so yeah, that's why I chose the Agnactor, I think, to have greater dragon resistance, because Allah keeps swiping you, and that's what you really want to have. Like positive resistance, not negative. Yeah. Yeah, that's that, I think. Yeah, this is just Logia. And of course, like, then there are the gunner sets. Like in here. Well, this is the basic cluster cluster gunner set. Makes it really fast to like beat Alatrion. I think my best time was like 5:47. And it's the Mutsu set. So you get this part from the Chen Moran high rank version. And you just like get up the cluster shots up and reduce the recoil, and then just climb the thing on the side and just blast away. And well, here's what I tried with Jane Moran, was the pierce shot. Like get the pierce shot up, getting more pierce shots, of course adrenaline and attack. Not sure if this is accurate, but anyway, yeah, it might not be. But anyway, getting the pure shots up and getting adrenaline. And well, these gunner sets aren't really that, like, they don't have so much variety, because basically what I'm using is rapid fire and elemental shots. Well, rapid fire elemental shots. And so I just like change the barrel for the rapid elemental shots I'm using. And the Lagia plus armor gives you both rapid fire skill and the elemental skill, so, and as a bonus you get the Olympic swimmer skill, so it's very handy. So this is what I've been using. And to counter the status attack down, which you will get if you have the full Lagia armor, I've been using the Damascus Cap Plus, so I can insert some status jewels here. So I don't have the negative skill, just the positive ones. And the rest of the slots I've been using for whatever. If you use some of the barrels, you will have like deviation, then you can counter it here easily with precision, or then you can increase the reload speed if you have to, and so on. So yeah, it gives me the skills that I want. That is rapid fire and elemental attack up, and then I can just use these charm slots and weapon slots for some additional skill, depending on what's the situation. Yeah, so these aren't so varied. Well, here's the one for the Diablos, like based on the Barrieth one, that gives you evasion 2, evasion up, rapid fire, but I don't think you really need the evasion that much. so you better just ramp up your attack. And yeah, so that's how I do it. And well, since we're showing off this Excel sheet, then let's, like, here's some other things I've done. So yeah, make a list about all of these monsters, and then you can check the damage calculator online. Like, you probably know this already, but it's here, Reign of the Rathalos, weapon calculator. And then you just choose here what weapons, what stage in the game you are, what weapons you have available. So, okay, what guy are you fighting? Barriers. What weapon are you using? Lance. Do you have any attack boosts or not? No. So it gives you the general idea that what is the most, like, what is the strongest weapon for this guy. So Amphitrite, P, purple, it says here. Yeah. So Barriers, Amphitrite. You can make this kind of easy list for what is the best weapon for each of these guys. And same thing, the monsters have different, like, KO and status limits. So some with some with some of them you definitely want to use like a status weapon, for example. Definitely want to use a hammer, although hammer is always useful, especially with a para weapon. But like here, the lowest KO limit is Barth, 90. So you definitely want to use a hammer here. Like even Kuru has like a higher limit. So yeah, these kinds of lists can be useful if you're just interested in making them. And yeah, here I've like listed also this kind of stuff, that what additional skills you might want to use, or what's the damage potential if you're having the awakened armor skill, which gives like elemental damage to these weapons that don't have it otherwise. And of course, like when you're, here's the sword and shield version, that was the lance there. So here's the sword and shield, same kind of thing, that what weapon does the most damage here. And yeah, and of course the same thing, that what do you want to use. Like Uragan is it has a very low status limit for poison, so the Toxic Fang is something you might want to consider here, because yeah, your weapon type deals like the fastest elemental damage, no status damage, apart from the bowgun. So yeah, it's very effective here. Yeah, and of course then here's like a list of the crowns that I've gotten so far, but still missing 2 kings and quite a many of the mini crowns. So, and yeah, here's the bowgun version actually. What shot is like most effective each of these guys. So just change the barrel and basically you're ready to go. So that's basically the way that I make these armor sets myself. I just put the data down and play around until I get what I want. So yeah, it takes some time, but it's fun, so much more fun than just using your basic like plain armor sets, because you can create all kinds of stuff here. So yeah, so if you're interested, please try the online, either the online generators, or then make a table of your own and start having fun. Okay, see ya.